Hey everybody, how y'all doing today? I am going to try and make an update on my motorcycle wreck. I posted something a long time ago, I'd say about a year and a half ago now, if not a little earlier than that, maybe a year. Um, well, I don't think I gave like a complete story on exactly how that went down and occurred. Um, as you can tell, if you have not seen it, I've got the cast off and all this kind of good stuff. And I mean, I still got scars. I actually forgot about those under there, but I hate to show people these, but I got scars on my knee, on my legs, up here and all that. I want to make a quick story to warn everybody that rides bikes. I mean, from Harley Davidsons to, any kind of cruiser to street bikes, whatever. There's a bad name about street bikes and why they wreck all the time and all this kind of stuff. I mean, I understand they're smaller. They're more likely to get hit because they're so much smaller than a Harley Davidson, so they're not as easy to see on the road and all that kind of good stuff. But if a normal person will learn that 90% of the world, if not more, rides motorcycles, you would think that they would pay more attention nowadays instead of getting mad at a motorcycle, cutting them off or hitting them or just doing whatever. Well, here's a good story for everybody. I had a very bad motorcycle wreck. I was leaving my parents' house, turned left out of the neighborhood. I remember like it was yesterday until I got hit. After that, I don't remember much, but I came out of the neighborhood, turned left, went down the street 30 seconds, maybe not even 30 seconds down the street. I was running 50 miles an hour. Take that back, I was running 55 miles an hour into 45. I mean, even in a truck, I run 55 and a 45 anyways. So I was running 55. I saw the guy there sitting in the middle of the road, about to turn. My point of view, he was turning left, so he would have been crossing my lane to turn onto the road he was turning onto. Okay, well, I saw that he was sitting there. He had no blinker on, so I just assumed maybe he just don't use blinkers. There's dickheads that do that. Excuse my language. But anyways, I slowed down to 55 miles, or I slowed down to 50 miles an hour, and then I saw that he was still sitting there, so I was like, I'll slow down a little more, so I got down to 45. Anyways, I was about to pass him. Something told me to look over my shoulder. I looked over the left side of my shoulder. The back end of my bike is at the front of his bumper, so I look over my shoulder, and I see his tires rolling. I'm like, oh God. So all I had time to do was say no. So I yelled no, and I got hit. His front bumper hit the back end of my bike. After that, I felt my body do this number right here, so my whole body's kind of pushing this way and kind of twisting everything. And next thing I know, I'm waking up. I got people standing around me. I'm trying to get up, and the guy's like, hey man, you need to sit down. Your leg's broke. I'm like, oh shit. So I look down. I have blue jean pants on, and I had cowboy boots on. In the process, I know cowboy boots would not have been a good idea to ride in, but that's just kind of what I had at the moment. Anyways, I looked down. I saw a bone, just a little bit of a bone like this sticking through my pants. I was like, oh shit. So now I'm freaking out. I'm yelling to the top of my lungs. After that, I black out. I don't remember exactly what happens. I get to the hospital. I wake up after surgery. Doctor comes in, hey, I hate to tell you this, blah, blah. Yeah, you were in a motorcycle wreck and all this kind of good stuff. You have a metal rod in your leg and 2 screws in your knee. Your femur bone was shattered, completely shattered. He said they had to piece it back together, or however they do. Anyway, so all that went down, the witness came in, or the guy that witnessed the whole wreck came in and talked to me and all this kind of good stuff. And so yeah, that was my story of my motorcycle wreck, what all transpired and all that kind of good stuff. If someone ever tells you that riding a motorcycle is safe, slap them. Because riding a motorcycle is not safe. It is one of the dangerous things you can do on the roads, is ride a motorcycle. Mainly, you could be the best rider in the world. You could be a MotoGP racer and not think nothing's going to happen. But when you get on the main roads, you don't know what them other people's intentions are that day. You don't know if they're mad at someone. They're just like, hey, I want to hit this guy on a bike. Or someone's not paying attention, like they're texting and driving. I cannot stress this enough of how many people I hate that text and drive. It irks me because that is one reason why I got hit. He was on his phone, 3 other people in the vehicle with him. He was on his phone, all 4 of them, I should say, was on their phones, talking, trying to figure out where they were. He put his phone down and turned. He didn't look, nothing, he just turned. So do not text and drive. If you're on a motorcycle, please ride at a safe speed. Just look out for other people. There's been many people die on motorcycles, and it is not a pleasant experience, I would assume anyways. There is a story I want to say later on, if I kind of feel comfortable telling it, but what happened to a gentleman that had came and seen me in the hospital. That story can wait. It's kind of not the right time to say that right now. But at least not for me anyways. Stuff had happened that day after he left the hospital. But there's never I'm trying to explain this the way I can without going back to what happened that day. That was not a fun day at all. That was a very bad day. 6:30 in the afternoon. Parents just got to a restaurant to eat. They get a phone call from a guy that recognized me and realized who I was because I landed in his yard. He realized who I was, so he called my stepdad, and they just got out of their truck at the restaurant they were going to. And then they get a call that their son had just been hit by a car on a motorcycle, and they don't know what's going on. You don't want your parents or nobody you know to roll up on you after you've been into a motorcycle wreck. So just be careful out there. Watch for idiots on the road that text and drive that do not pay attention at all. If you text and drive, put your phone down. If you want to pick it up at a red light, so be it, the red light. But if you're driving at all, if your car is in drive and in motion, do not pick up a cell phone. Because you could look down for not even 2 seconds and look back up and there's something in a way you're going to hit it. Or, you're rearing another car and you hurt somebody or whatever. So, sorry to rant, whatever. I just kind of wanted to put it out there. Once I get my other motorcycle back up and riding, I'm trying to do a rebuild on it for the most part. Put new fairings on it, change the color, all that good stuff. I put new clutch lever on it. I put a new brake lever, all that kind of good stuff. New battery, got it all running and stuff. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to do this rebuild. After I get this rebuild done, I'm gonna go get my other GoPro, have it hooked on my helmet. I'm gonna try my best to do some moto vlogs and all that kind of good stuff. I think I cut my hole in my side of my GoPro camera, or the case of it, too big, so now there's a lot of wind that kind of gets in there, hits the mic or something like that. Or I might just have to move the mic around or get a Sena or do something. But at some point, I'm gonna try to make moto vlogs once it kind of gets hotter outside and all that, where it's kind of good, not raining all the time. I've got my bike running now. I just have to get new front fairings for it. I put it on the trailer. This right here is another bike. The other one that I wrecked a long time ago that I got hit, got totaled. Anyways, the new bike, I put it on my trailer, and before I left my buddy's road, it fell over and kind of broke the fairing and all that kind of good stuff. So I'm going to try to get that all fixed up for us, and I'm going to try to start making moto vlogs. I'll talk more about the wreck. You know, I'll try to put some decent content out there once I find the right editing. Oh my God, I can't even talk. Editing software. And I kind of get that virus that's on my computer off of my computer, and then we'll get stuff rolling. I'll get good content up. Well, I'll try to get the best content as I can up there. I don't necessarily know how to edit, so I will try to figure that out. Get good content up there. Start riding both my bikes. Actually, the one's too loud. I don't know if I can make a moto vlog on it, but we'll see what happens. I'm gonna try to get as best content as I can. If y'all have ideas of what would be decent content, let me know. I'm gonna try to see what kind of cameras they make, what kind of good, see if they make anything better, than a normal GoPro or whatever. That is my other story. I have one more on this channel. That one might be as long, if not longer. That was a couple days after my wreck, I believe, because I was still sitting on the couch in my cast. So I think that was probably a couple days after my wreck. So y'all go back and watch that wreck, or y'all go back and watch that. I wish I had that wreck on video, but sadly I don't. I did not have my GoPro hooked up at that time. I had it, but not turned on, which was my mistake because I thought I had it turned on, but I did not. So sadly, I cannot upload that stuff. That'll be the only wreck I'm hoping I'll have to go through. Never want to go through that much pain ever again. That was not fun at all. But I will say that I will be posting every couple days now, trying to get this channel up and going. I'll show you all my bikes and all that kind of good stuff. I work a good bit, so the days that I have off, I'll try to vlog as much as I can. I try to show my bikes. Right now I'm just using a cell phone, so it's not as good quality as you would want it to be, but it's decent quality. So for the time being, I have to use my cell phone. My microphone's actually sitting on my table with up under the phone, so I'm hoping this video is not muffled, because it'll be a waste of 13 minutes if it was. So anyways, it's good to meet you guys. I'm going to start me a moto vlog soon once I get my bike up and rolling. Get a new case for my GoPro, kind of fix everything else the way it needs to go. I'll see y'all then. Peace.